Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. It's
Let's go! Let's go!
Third! Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. No one. And of course, you're gonna get the Coffin skin. Yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mike the Ref Twitch channel and the Backbreaker Gaming or Backbreaker Video YouTube channel as we are getting ready for an actual normal Dynamite. No Grand Slams, no summer blockbuster, nothing crazy this time. We're actually getting an actual real life going AEW Dynamite tonight. I jest. Every one of them's crazy. Let's just face it here. Good to see everybody here again tonight. And it's been a little bit of crazy couple weeks here. I forgot to get the background light going, so my head pops a little bit, I believe is the term they use. Well, let me just fix that up here. Yeah, it's been a crazy week so far, and I think a lot of fun going on with, let's just raise that a little bit. There we go. That's better. All right. But yeah, with all the big announcements that have been coming out over the last couple, it's been so great here over on the channel. Not only do we have it, you guys remember last week when we were on, I'm all over the place. I'm stuttering all over the place here, so forgive me as we go here. But one of the biggest things I did mention last week as we went on, I was asking all of you, when they flashed up that, they mentioned the Casino Gauntlet match, first words out of my mouth, are they doing the men or the women? And I have been screaming to high holy hell for the last 3 months. They need to do both. They need to do both. They need to do both. Uh-oh. So it's going to be AR Fox and Ricochet versus Speedball and Kevin Knight tonight. All right, well, they just... on the that is some amazing news for us going on tonight, and just with everything going on as things are going crazy here. First of all, just thank you to everybody for being here. I wanted to drop some. Let's, you know what? I need to get organized here because friggin' my brain is all over the place here. So you know what? Just as Dynamite begins, I'll let you guys know on a little surprise that I got planned. If you guys were here on Saturday for the 5-year anniversary stream, I was working on, there's some certain goals that I had, and I'll let you guys know exactly what's going on. And one of those things is coming to fruition here, hopefully in the next, hopefully in the next week here. So stay tuned. But, you know, I've been screaming to bloody high holy heaven, hell, earth, everything. We need 2 Casino Gauntlets, one for the men, one for the women. Well, don't you know it? Yesterday they announced that officially they're having both gauntlets. And they're doing 2 4-way matches tonight to indicate who's going to get the number 1 spot on each one. And, well, even though I do have my Thunder Rosa versus Sakura shirt on tonight, I'm really pulling, honestly, for Athena to get that number 1 spot, because that means she gets the exclusive entrance to start off everything. And in the middle of Texas Stadium like that, in front of 20 to 30,000 fans, it is definitely going to be worth it. On the men's side, I really do hope it's Bandito, just because he can tear down. Well, I like the theory. I saw it online here earlier today. Yeah, Bandito come out at number 1, and everybody's just cheering the hell out of it. Then you pan back to the back room with somebody grabbing a wanted poster and just ripping it apart, and coming down, and it's Brian Keith. You have Brian Keith number 2, and you can have that battle going through hell pretty much for the rest of the year if you really want to carry that on. So, but yeah, just as we're going through that, I think that's going to be a very good spot. Sorry, I'm just looking at my timing here. We're pretty close to even time for what we're doing here. So we got both Casino Battle Royals mentioned. We got just a whole lot of positivity going down. I was on briefly last night with a City of the Wolves stream. It was late, so I didn't really put any formal announcements up and didn't do the proper promotion, as they call it. But we've had a lot of... tried out Andy, the new character. It's okay. He's not in my top half of my list of characters I really want to play going forward. I still think Preach is still number 1 for me personally. But we still have a bunch of grapplers and about half the roster to try out yet. We finished up 3 arcade modes last night. Just had a lot of fun getting ready for the weekend classic coming up in MLB The Show this weekend. So we're going to be on here with a little bit of baseball. And just getting a lot of editing and getting a lot of chaos done here. Because, life is all about chaos. And you want to speak about chaos. The chaos that we had come up earlier last week with Kota Ibushi making his surprise debut on Collision. Once again, Collision becoming that defined spot. So Don Callis said, Omega, you don't have a... Yeah, exactly. Jay Quick. By the way, good to see you here tonight. We are... Ibushi's going to be taking on Trent Beretta, which sort of makes sense. Romero and Beretta are pretty much going to be the cannon fodder of the Callis family at this point. Nuts! How you doing tonight, sir? Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well as they're filing in here. Trent, there's still time to... Well, I don't know if that's going to happen here, Jay Quick. I think there's going to be a murder on our hands. Tonight's going to be a lot of fun. And if you just didn't see on socials, we're getting AR Fox and Ricochet versus Speedball Bailey and Kevin Knight. As Ricochet is trying to recruit AR Fox and see if he's worthy enough to be part of the Bald Squad. Oh, put a smile. Hey, you know what? I'm always happy. I'm always thankful for you guys, and you guys should know that. I'm always trying to be thankful, you guys. It gets a little stressful at times, but you know what? You guys are the reason I keep going here. So, but as we're getting into Dynamite, I'll make my one of my big announcements here. We're doing some renos here in January. What
the hell is that?
July. And next Wednesday's episode, the plan is we're going to be on a third platform. We're going to be streaming on TikTok next Wednesday over at tiktok.com/MikeTheRef_. Because somebody stole Mike the Ref as their name. So we're going to be on a third platform. It's going to be completely vertical. I am working on the scenes in my spare time here. We're going to see how it goes. Look like Lacey Evans dressed up as Tony Storm tonight. Jesus. Ugh. Intrigued by the women's... Yeah. I really do hope that Athena wins it. I was mentioning her... Oh, God. Well, this is starting up. TikTok's a no-go. That's fair. I'm going to try it out. I might even... if it doesn't work out, we got about a month. Give it a month, 2 months to go through here. We got the big show all in Texas on the 12th. If it doesn't work out and I'm not getting any numbers for it, I might just go to YouTube Shorts or maybe Twitter. Well, it looks like we're definitely getting 2 women's segments tonight. YouTube Shorts? Maybe I'll do that then. Be a little easier to set up, so... She's trying to get the statement maker in and she can't even do it. Poor Luther always. Luther is a hardcore legend. Aubrey, you can physically get in there. Yeah, I guess Nats. Like I said, I'm considering my options. We are going to be going vertical next week, one way or the other. That's one thing I am planning on. We got 3 weeks to go. I'm sure Beast Mortis likes Mercedes. Well, I'll just give you that. I like Taz just saying, yeah, we need to do this. Speaking of YouTube, I guess AEW really does what? Well, we were talking about that pre-stream here a little bit, Nats. I saw that picture. Really? What a shock. Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland going first. Didn't they do that last week?
You left your house.
The hell?
And walked into mine.
Zodiac, what a way to make an entrance. 39 months. I was going to say 39 weeks, but no, that's a woman's pregnancy. Never mind. Thank you once again for the resub. I appreciate you. It's awesome. It's awesome your support. And always awesome for everything you do. And yes, I'm still not going to take it easy on you this week after that screw up that we had. Ospreay literally put wrist tape on as he comes in. Everything after this is afterbirth. Yeah. I'll just throw a baby cry in there just for the hell of it. It looks like he's going to bandage himself up as he gets ready. Hope everybody's doing well. How is the day for everybody here? So, yeah. Nat, you got me thinking. So, I'm going to change my announcement for this week to we're going vertical next week. I'm going to let everybody tell me where to go. I got the authorization for TikTok, or we could go YouTube. Either way. Ospreay was like, I'm coming, man. Let's go. That was Swerve in the back. And Ospreay. So yeah, it looks like we are going to get that tag match at All In. One and 0 tag team record of Ring of Honor. This is not good. Ospreay and Nanakata. It's the little things, right? It's the little things. It always has been, always will be. I love how, they're like, oh, the Bucks might have told the other guys. Of course they did, you morons. But yeah, like, as everything's lining up here, like you were asking earlier, Nats, about how Ibushi's he's gonna look fine. He would not be wrestling tonight if he wasn't 100%. And I got a feeling Ibushi's going to be part of that gauntlet. Can you imagine how many names we can expect to come in for these gauntlets now? And now the rumor that, pretty much anticipatory rumor that we're going to get... oh my God, they actually tag like tag partners. If you want to go ahead, Nats, it's going to be like Jerry Lawler changing your pick every day. We got 17 of them to go here. But now that they've it's not formal yet. I'm assuming they're going to announce it at All In that there's going to be tag belts for the women. Do I think the booking needs to get better for it? Of course I do. But at the same time, if the titles are there, it's at least more of an opportunity. That Ospreay Shiner still the after effects for those tacks in the eye. Eddie Kingston wins, faces Moxley, then first circle Eddie, get a moment in Moxley, then you give Eddie his Foley moment. There's a possibility, but... makes me almost wonder if there's going to be somebody not on the roster to win one of these two. I totally see Elena Black and Evie showing up at for the women's. Gabe Kidd, your wild card. My pick is the odds-on one right now that I'm seeing right now early, and that would be Mr. Jay White. Because if a Hangman does win, there's story there. While I do think it's important to have somebody different, but Kingston could say you called yourself the only real king. But yeah, oh goody, here come the Bucks. Maybe Darby wins it. There you go. It actually would line up with the timing because I don't know. Prefer not. You know what? The pop that Darby will get for winning it, I don't think that's going to be a bad thing. What if Kingston comes back to join the Death Riders? Maybe. That'd be a hell of a swerve. No pun intended. I want something that's not prototypical. That's what I would like. Something you don't expect right off the bat, right? Like things that are... like, I know the odds are... I'm predicting it's going to be Jay White just because it's a comfortable finish. If it Hobbs wins, hey, I would take it. We're getting Hangman and Mortos tonight? Okay. All right. Jack Perry returns and wins it. You know what the fun part is right now? We are 17 days away. And we can literally pick like 20, 30, 40. I'm being facetious, but maybe I'm not, between the two battle royals, or the two gauntlets. Good for Blake Christian. Yeah. Blake Christian is cannon fodder in AEW. He's actually he's built pretty good up in ROH. If Tony Khan learned to book ROH a little better and maybe get it out there somewhere, maybe we'll have to come up with some ideas how to do that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. What is Dakota Skai's timeline? I do believe that she would be eligible for... I think she would be eligible for the Battle Royal. And that's one of the two that I expect to be in it. Because frankly, I don't see a ton of bookings for Elena Black outside that date. Man, imagine Takeshita wins it. Literally. Like, look at this, guys. We're all firing in here with our thoughts. And how many different winners have we picked here so far? We got 6, 7, 8. I love that when it comes to wrestling. Prime Alexander has already made his debut in TNA. Made his debut at the last PLE. Confronted Mustafa Ali. So I don't think that's in the calendar anymore. Yeah, it's good for him. Like, absolutely good shot. Good shot, Joe, but it also depends how long the contract is too, right? Like, it could be a 4-week deal. Like, for Impact Wrestling TNA, whichever you want to call it, it is literally 4-week deals are 2-day tapings. Because they usually tape back-to-back days, right? Always rated Matt Cardona. He's another Impact guy, though, now. Well, Impact, GCW. I guess he works wherever he wants, but... I do want to temper you guys a little bit here. Because one of the biggest things is always remember, we do have pretty big rosters between NXT and...
What the hell is that?
I'm just going to throw that out there. Between ROH and the main roster here, we have a lot of wrestlers available. And realistically, you only need 15 apiece, really, at most. Because I don't see this gauntlet end up going more than 15 people. Hell, for all we know, we could get Jeff Jarrett winning the men's. Bringing back that story from earlier in the year. Do I want to see it? Not necessarily. Could OC come back? No, I think OC's just getting into surgery. I'd have to look it up, but I think he's still on the mend yet, though. Nice shot to the back of the head there. Doing the Dougie. Yeah, well, Brian Cage was filming, wasn't he? Saw on Twitter someone said TK booked Mercedes to win the men's gauntlet and beat Moxley. Well, you know Mercedes controls the booking everywhere, right? Like, seriously. Oh, we're going back to my virtual hometown of Rancho Cucamonga next week. Ha! There's some timing for you. That's why I won't call it a jobber match. That's why I call it an already in the ring match, because it's a little higher than a jobber match. God, I got a scary thought Jericho comes back with... Once again, like I said, you guys are popping in here. You got 12 different predictions for that gauntlet. And it's funny because we're talking about this gauntlet, and we have support your local independent wrestling. There you go, absolutely. Unless they're idiots and decide to book 2 shows on the same weekend. Or on the same night. On the day that the kids get out of school here in Alberta. Not that I'm saying anything, but... Oh, there's the jobber squad. That's the jobbers right there. Okay, this is where somebody has to get on the mic and say the tag match is booked. Let's get in here. Let's make the match. Ospreay and Swerve. Well... Oh, here we go. Swerveville versus Hurts. Very well. My God, this is a match that it's going to be a little bit amazing. That will sell some tickets, folks. That will sell some tickets. On the positive side, they've almost got 20,000 tickets sold. The hell? Okay. What are they going to... So you'd have Swerve and Ospreay as EVPs then? Be interesting. 17K sold. Here's the difference. You can go up to 35,000 at Globe Life. But it's great to see that the tickets are sold regardless. So what does Swerve and Ospreay got to put on the line? You know what they could do, and this is just a thought. They put the EVP spots on the line. The consolation otherwise is Swerve and Ospreay, if they lose, they cannot challenge for the AEW World Title for 1 year. You have the Bucks win, and literally Ospreay 1 year from now is Wembley. And he wins the Owen Hart next year and gets the title. It's a story that writes itself in many ways, too. Swerve has put his mask back on? Oh, they frickin' will never do that. You'd have the Bucks lose? Possibly. But yeah, we got... Like, there's a hell of a story going on here, period. Love technology. So we hit the commercial break here. No, yeah, I know you put the cap on. But no, just the way everything's going right now, it's just so smooth how everything's just writing itself. And just so many good storylines being put together here. Like the story of the Bucks and the way things go. And you know the Bucks are on limited contract anyway right now. So they're on the quote-unquote Roman Reigns deal. When they resign, Omega's the same way. Golden Lovers. Yeah. It's great to see Kota Ibushi here and just the whole story about it. I don't know if that match is going to be next or if it's going to be later on tonight, but there are so many memories. There's so many different things we can come up with here that are just ready to go all together. Oh, okay. I missed it. I was busy looking at it. Ends up on YouTube. It said that we had 0 bitrate for audio. I'm like, what the hell? I was too busy panicking over that, but yeah, I guess everything's still running good now. Yeah. But no, Ibushi's in 100% shape. Now that we got our 4 matches lined up, it wouldn't surprise me if the women get the main event tonight. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if Athena gets that number 1 pick tonight. Or the number 1 spot in the gauntlet. And once again, like I said, in the men's match tonight, I want Bandito to win. And I want Brian Keith to get number 2. But that's just wishful thinking on my end. Hashtag Nana for MVP. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Oh my God. Folks, I'm not supposed to hopefully promote other people's podcasts, of course, but I will anyway. Denise Salcedo just announced today, like an hour ago, that she's going to have a interview with Mr. Iguana tomorrow. So, yeah. Like, every promotion's doing so well right now, and everything's just lining up great for everyone. And despite all the controversy, things are still going well for WWE. I want to wish all the best to all the wrestlers heading over for Night of Champions. Apparently, the flight just left an hour ago. So I just hope that they're safe. I don't care what happens at the show. I hope that they're safe. That's more important than anything else. It's Iguana Mania running wild, brother. By the way, while we're getting this recap here, anytime I could dunk on Hogan, I do feel obligated to. First ticket update for the Real American Wrestling show. The amateur wrestling promotion that him and Bischoff are working on. 380 seats in a 15,000 seat arena. Oh, it's in Cleveland. Never mind. Hey, PJC. Oh yeah, we were just dunking on the fact that they've sold 300 tickets to their Real American Wrestling show so far. Yes, they got a month and a half to do, or almost 2 months to go yet, but I really don't think they're gonna do that much better. But yeah, if you missed the show so far, we did get Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland versus Lee Johnson and Blake Christian. And we've actually got we got the announcement that it is going to be Swerve and Hangman taking on the Bucks Tony Khan, maybe Eric Bischoff should consider running smaller venues. Ooh. Ooh, Takeshita face turn. Takeshita face turn. Takeshita face turn. Somebody didn't cut out the cut-in graphic on the Ibushi video, huh? No, last week Ibushi looked absolutely ripped. Well, this is going to be a lot of fun here tonight. Takeshita helps Omega? I don't think so. I think they really want to keep that as a one-on-one. You got to remember, and Tony Khan has a real Japanese heritage when it comes to dealing. He's got ECW in one hand, or he's got New Japan in the other. Having a run-in like that, okay, no problem, PJC. It's fine. And I actually wonder if you could actually skip people if that's like, I'm not planning on it, but yeah, I totally understand, and work is very important, so I also figure that's why you be on YouTube more than anything else. So no, for those that don't know, we are going to be playing a little WWE 2K25 My GM mode. If everything goes well, we're going to try and get five weeks in. With the fact that we only got 15 minutes really to run through them, we should be able to get it done in like an hour and a half. An hour and a half, somewhere in there, so. $85, 67, and 1. What a record! Well, I guess with Beretta, we're out with the best friends, and they're working pretty much every week in the past. It actually works out really well. Like, that's how he got the record the way he did. Sort of builds it up a little bit more here, but. I wonder how long this match is going to go with Ibushi tonight, too, though. I could also see this being a DQ finish, like one of those nothing finishes that, everybody hates. I love the first note that I see. I was looking for some quick notes about what was going on about the match being announced for All In. And first note is, what if the Bucks lose? They go to WWE. No, they're going to be around for a while, folks. I personally like when the Bucks actually get in the ring and work. They're one of the best ones ever. Hey, Ben, how's it going here? Thanks for popping in once again. Appreciate you. No, things are going good here tonight. Everybody's just piling in here. Watching a hell of an episode of Dynamite tonight. Well, the thing is, the Bucks are very polarizing in their ability, right? It's like, I think the best example we can give is what they lose, they become not as coffee gopher at a boy. No, Mascara Dorada, the former Sin Cara. The fact that he could not work a WWE style and everybody just talked about how horrible of a wrestler he was. I think there was proof last week that, there's a lot more there. It's just, if you can't do it a certain way, and AEW is great for this. If you can't do it a certain way, we'll do it another way. And make it success for everybody. Like, that's basically a thing for everybody. I'm happy that this match is getting a little bit of time, too, tonight, because seeing Ibushi get back in the ring, you almost expect that Ibushi's just going to walk over Beretta, but there is too much story, and there's also only 3 weeks until we hit double or hit All In, right? Sakura wasn't a good fit. How rigid? Yeah, exactly. And thank you, PJC, for bringing that one up, Kenta. Like, there's a lot of great wrestlers that just did not work out in WWE just for that. How do you think All In will draw? If they decide to bring up the Dorada versus MJF again, maybe a mask versus hair match or something, I think you could get 30. Right now they're at 18. On the low side, I expect around 25. Do I think the WWE Super Show is going to affect it? A little bit. But a lot of people also remember that there is the Night of Evolution, the women's show, is going up against a Beyonce concert in Atlanta. Literally just up the road. Like,
you idiot.
Then, of course, you got the Goldberg retirement match, supposedly. I just want to, by the way, for the record, I want to see Goldberg to win the title just to see the world burn. I agree. I was thinking of walk-ups, you get around 25. Yeah. Like I said, if you book a match like Dorada versus MJF with the extra... Like, I get the tensions are high and people are looking for people, but if you end up doing Dorada and MJF, I think you could push it to 30 because people are going to want to see that. Especially after the reaction that Dorada got on his entrance. And a funny fact about that, for those who watched Grand Slam last week, by the way, thank you for being here. Last time they let Goldberg win a title out of nowhere, he got insane unintentional goal. Wait, yeah, that was against the booking of The Fiend, though, and honestly, with Gunther, they didn't build him enough yet. Oh, God. These Dragon full Nelson suplex are just not working. With Goldberg limping in the ring a couple weeks ago, I'm excited to see how much of it is that, but it will be. Goldberg being the Fiend. Yep. Cause a pandemic. Personal prediction, just because of the pop and the burn of the internet, Goldberg wins. Rollins cashes in on Monday. You do not cash in the same night. Because you cash in the same night. Ibushi didn't kick out. Ibushi did not kick out there. Ben, you would have hit 3 there. I guarantee it. You would have called 3 and rang the bell. I would have. And Jay Quick, I'll get to your question here in just a sec. But we're on a roll here talking about how Goldberg's turning into Gilbert more and more every day. He ends up sitting on him on top of it. That's gotta suck. But no, just I feel bad for NXT for the fact they got to run up against All In, and they just will not get anything there. Even if Blake Monroe shows up on NXT on the Great American Bash instead of Evolution. Uh-oh. Well, that's a dead V-trigger. Not the cleanest of matches tonight, but for a first match back, could have been a lot worse. There's a couple spots where, like, after the mistaken pinfall, things seemed to weird out a little bit, and like that arm drag into the top rope just. Last May, I think was the last time he had a match. Between injury and visa, he wasn't able to get into. I don't even think he worked in Japan at all. Granted, he was getting pissed off enough with enough promoters, so I almost wonder if we're gonna get this match. Oh, that's right, we're getting the tag next week. They already pre-announced it. If you guys haven't heard, Dynamite 3000. And I think they're probably setting it up here. Okada and Takeshita versus Omega and Ibushi next week. Apparently that's been booked. You tell me that isn't a... Literally just there for a face-off? Never mind. Screw it. I'm wrong. And yes, Dynamite 3000 is a few years away. Well, didn't you hear? They're going to run shows every day. Imagine being in Japan, eating breakfast, watching this Japanese. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a little insane next week. I am loving it. And Moxley really has been carrying this promotion quite a bit here. Do I think that the Death Rider storyline initially was a crap? Maybe. I think it was more reactive booking, and the more I look at it, the more I think of it, the more I think the Death Rider storyline was sort of cost a real chance to grow because of Danielson. The fact that Danielson got injured, or Danielson basically said, yeah, I can't wrestle. He's got this little run going on from All In. He's like, yeah, I can't stay that long. So we're gonna bump this up. I really do feel that it possibly could have been Revolution or maybe even Double or Nothing, where Danielson loses the title to Moxley. Or it could have very well been Darby or somebody else in that case. Or because everything just feels like they had to reroute the booking at that point. So, because I'm sorry, you do not give Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness literally 1 week's notice. And that's the first sign for me that actually said, you know, something doesn't look right here. But honestly, like, everybody talks about Moxley being such a horrible champion. I know a lot of people don't want to agree with Dave Meltzer, and hell, I don't want to agree with him all the time either. Go online and check out the Google results for Jon Moxley or Dean Ambrose, even today. Pay-per-views are being carried by this guy. Whether the matches are great or not, pay-per-view sales, in many respects for casual watchers, are pushed by this guy. So kudos to him. Like, you got to give him full credit in the world. Nat, you want to visit Japan? Yeah, like the cost of everything in Japan is rather cheap. It's once again just trying to get there, especially now with flights and the world situation the way that it is and everything going on. It's just rough to see overall, so. Moxley's is kind of like Jericho's in a way, yes. And actually that is a very fair comparison, Zodiac. With the fact that, you know, the more that he works, the more that he gets involved, the more it feels like he's burying everybody. When he really isn't. He's really pushing things in the proper direction here. And it's good to see for everybody here. Do I think the Moxley Page story is enough to get the main event spot at All In? Going back to your question there from earlier, Jay. No. I still think this is Tony and Mercedes. Not only do I think, while creative control is not in Mercedes' hands, I think this was included in her contract, that she gets one main event spot at All In. Even if it isn't, I think viewer-wise, I think the main event having... Tony Khan's not going to pick a main event until day of. Let's just pull it there. Mercedes versus Tony should main, and I think what they're going to do to set it up... And here's the thing, the reason why I really enjoy the fact that they're having Tony and Mercedes possibly main here, there's two factors here. One, both ladies have been on both shows repeatedly, while Moxley's been on there quite a bit, but he's laying the story tied. So that's exactly what you're supposed to do. The story that feels like the main event should be the main event. Let's just call a spade here. If your story is gripping the crowd and everybody wants to see it, that is the story that should main event the show. And the fact that they're going to bring that out is probably going to be one of the better things to bring up as we go. It's almost the fact that AEW gets the first opportunity to make a lasting impression. We're getting the tag. We were announced like 10 minutes before the show now. So AR Fox is going to get recruited by Ricochet, but he's probably going to tell him after the match, hey, you're good, but you got to shave your head. And AR Fox should be telling him to pass gas. Just a quick note, one of our friends of the show, Nick, just posted a new video that went up. He, oh God, here we go. All right. Air Fox like, what the hell was that? No, just... Sorry, I just got... Right after I applied to become a TikTok live streamer, which I got, by the way, so... That option's still there. We were, I'm starting to get the influencers here. We'll buy you followers, or you can pay for followers. Piss off. Zodiac redeeming a stretch. I guess after you gave the sub, I guess I can work on it. By the way, shirt of the day, once again. Thunder Rosa and Sakura. I'm too old to stretch some days, huh? Oh my god, Jet Speed's finally got a logo together? It's impressive. They actually got a full-blown logo now. It's got Bailey's colors. Well, no, he'll be accepted in. He just has to shave his head to get in. Air Fox will say, go F yourself and move on from there. Little sketchy? That's like saying I'm a little overweight here. Come on now. Honestly, Ricochet is a heel. It's probably one of the best things to happen to him ever. And just... There's so many good things going with it right now. I'm just waiting to see what the bald spot is. Oh, yeah, no. That was rough. Oh, Knight almost slipped off the apron. That would not have been a good thing. All right, just take out both guys at once. It's not a big deal here. No, oh, Ricochet. I know what I'm doing. Piss off. But yeah, just watching everything. Like, now with that Gauntlet Battle Royal coming up, you can almost... It almost helps us cut back the number of matches on the card. Because if you really look through it and see everything that's going on, you do have that ability to... you do have that ability to check out a more thorough, worked out card with the fact that all these guys can be part of that casino match. Like, you really wonder how many people are going to be in it. Like, I was saying 10 to 15 at most for each match. Crowd's all over Air Fox, and Ricochet just, don't kill the momentum, my friend. I wonder if the crew shows up. Is it every time that Ricochet gets involved, he's going to get worked over? Oh, this is awesome right now, just watching these guys work in perpetual motion the way they are. I do want to see possibly Jet Speed versus the Hurt Syndicate at All In. If we could finally get that match set up, because let's face it, the Hurt Syndicate is supposed to appear tonight. They are supposed to be showing up. Down for the cover. But yeah, just watch it. Just watch this go out here. Like Ricochet, yes, he's set up for a Kevin Knight feud. This is sort of a 2K25 problem that we've had, where you have somebody that's involved both in a tag team and a singles. The only difference is usually in 2K25 we are stuck with that guy having both championships. So glad that so far we haven't run into that situation yet. And once again, just a reminder, July 19th is when we're going to be running back the solo my GM campaign. Once again, we're going to be running on Saturdays, while our online run will be run primarily on Wednesdays. Tomorrow night, Collision will be here. We're going to be, we'll be here for Collision. There just won't be an after show. Like, we won't be throwing up any games or anything after Collision tomorrow night. We're going to be on tomorrow morning, actually. We're going to get back into River City Girls. I'm going to try and get on a little bit earlier tomorrow. For those that are at work on the East Coast, it'll give you a little bit of an opportunity to hang out and just put her on lurk as they go around and beat up people randomly and try to get through that game, because from there we're probably going to get back into serious stuff again as we're getting closer to September with a ton of releases coming up. I'm still trying to go through my list and see what we want to do going forward here. My goal is to have River City Girls here done in a couple weeks. Well, once we finish that up, I'm thinking maybe Expedition 33, but that's going to take us a while if we get through it, so. But no, the way tonight's show is going, like today, you can almost feel a little bit extra bit of urgency as we get towards All In now. Like, we're literally, 3 weeks away? 17 days, sorry. So 2.5 weeks away. And as much as I was saying, Tony Khan's going to start rapid booking everything, the mere fact that he has 2 gauntlet matches is the fact that he can actually slow down and doesn't have to book as much as quickly. Oh, God, this is great. This is a lot of old school wrestling here, by the way. Nobody has to bump. Nobody has to get hit. Nobody's falling over on their back. Well, except for Ricochet. No, he didn't even do that. He ended up on his feet, but he had to fall over. Like, that's one thing you got to notice here. Like, going down to your knees, down to your back, that doesn't count as a bump. When you sit back and think about that for a little bit in some of these matches, just, you imagine how much less strain there is on the body just from, like, simple storytelling? Well, that'll finish that. No? I thought that was his finisher. Uh-oh, his eye went into the stairs. That's not good. Riccaboni, it's so nice to hear your voice. Okay, nice straight kick to the face. Standing Spanish fly. Jesus criminy. Air Fox is so damn good. Simply put, he's just that damn good. And Ricochet's going to be like, yeah, no, I'm done. No, I'm not tagging. You can handle this. No, he's done. Oh, I thought Fox was going to get the pin despite. All right, here we go. Good old Ricochet. Good old Ricochet, you know. Let the other guy take the pin. He gets a nice workout in. So everybody decided, yeah, peace it out. I don't need to be here. Oh, here we go. Shivani back there. I got a feeling this is where we're going to get that tag title match set up. White sneakers. I love the white sneakers.
For way too long. And it's time for someone to come to their rescue. You know what, my partner? Those tag team titles been held hostage. Worse than OKC been holding.
This is going to be a lot of fun. Okay.
So it's time for those tag team titles to come home. And that's round the waist. Like speed. And I got a little song to sing for y'all tonight. How's that one song go?
Tick tock, you better stop. Ha! 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 Do we get a WWE copyright coming? Shivani knows how to run. Well, it looks like we're getting the match. Jesus. I think this might be one of the first times, you know, MJF's not wearing an actual suit. Just wearing a vest out there. I love how Bobby's like, yeah, no, I don't care if you want me to go up. So what in the hell? Why are they bailing as quick as they are there? Ah! Could they make it a tables match? That would be the easiest way to get the titles off of the Hurt Syndicate. That very well could be it. We hurt people. Oh, God. All right, well, there's a mound of bodies. Well, the production staff listens for once. Hey, Jules. Good to see you here tonight. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you. We're hanging out here just watching a little Dynamite tonight. Hope you're doing well. Saw you popping in and out a little bit on streams a couple days, over the last couple weeks here, but hope everything's going well for you. But yeah, we're just watching Lashley and Benjamin just obliterate Speedball Bailey and Kevin Knight here. And I also feel like we're going to get 2 matches here. Happy to see you as well, sir. We're happy to hear from you. Sorry, I guess see it is a little different here. But yeah, just such a great couple days here, and just seeing you. Saw Ben Omen in here earlier. Okay, that's great. Oh, we got his shades back. That's cool. We just had. They're gone. Well, there you go. That's how you get your tag match booked. Well, that'll be... Oh, God. What has MJF got? If they're going to book this match, this mask versus hair match, they will sell tickets. Spits his gum. Of course, somebody in the crowd's going to sue him for getting hit by it. You'll sell tickets? Hey. Well, he is. They're not quite Don Callis level, but they're still booing the hell out of him still. Well, there we go. They're going to try that one. It doesn't work well the second time. What the hell? Why does he need a qualifier? Yeah, like MJF, like They've never had a qualification. Ha! What the hell is Briscoe doing out here? Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Mark Briscoe just come out to interrupt MJF right now. Which Briscoe's already qualified. He's just going for the #1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet coming up at All In here in a few weeks. Okay. Somebody's actually proving that MJF goes long. What a shock.
Let me explain something to you, Mark Briscoe. I don't give a damn about what time it is. We can take up as much time as we want. Unlike you, we're actually stars.
Oh, God. We're actually stars. No, you're not.
I know these people like you. You like Mark Briscoe, huh? Yeah. Mark, let me tell you why they like you. They like you because they can relate to you. They all grew up.
Oh, God. All this cheap heat. Get the frick out of the ring. I want more time for the wrestling.
All these schmucks in this arena watching at home has about as many bills in their pockets as you do.
Okay, you're talking about bad bills. I thought, you know, if I could have all the 50s and 100, well, if you have a lot of 50s and 100s in your wallet, not that much, that's horrible. But if you have a power bill, cable bill, credit card bill, if you don't have that many in your pocket, I'd be all over that. Well, is oh my God, Mark's turning MJF on himself. This is amazing. Everybody chanting empathy at MJF. Ooh, as soon as anybody hears the word compensate, you know what they're thinking. Insufficiency. Wow. Even Bobby, look at Bobby. Bobby's cutting himself laughing for this one. I love it. Kosher pickle. Kosher pickle. Oh, this is amazing. And the sad part is he probably will, right? Lashley's just corpse. I know. This is amazing. And I like the fact that they're just going to let it happen because, you know, it is funny. Are we going to end up getting a Briscoe MJF feud out of this? That actually could make a lot of sense. They got to do something with MJF if he's not going to... It'll work. Like, they got to give MJF something coming out of All In, right? I would love to see Briscoe cost MJF a spot in the gauntlet. Could you imagine? And it looks like it is true. The women are going to get the main event here. At least the pickle is kosher. Mark eliminates. Well, no, Nats. I'm thinking more. No. Mark comes out and MJF said next week he's in a qualifier for the gauntlet, which makes absolute zero sense because nobody else has to qualify. But if they're putting this in here for a reason and Briscoe comes out and interferes, costing MJF the win and forcing him not to be in the casino gauntlet altogether, you could pretty much play it up that MJF could come out during the gauntlet, beat the crap out of Briscoe, take him to the back, and just move it there. Yeah, that's exactly where the booking confuses me there, Zodiac. You and I are on the same page here. Like, this upcoming match is to qualify for the number 1 spot. Next week, MJF said he's qualifying for a spot. The only reason I would... No, the 1 spot is this upcoming 4-way. Like, the only thing I can think of, if Briscoe wins this match and then next week MJF convinces Briscoe to put that spot on the line and ends up winning, so MJF gets the number 1 spot. That's the only storytelling, but that's sort of cart in front of the horse kind of thing. It's a really dumb way to execute it. The only way I could justify it, like the way that it is right now, and just trying to make, you know how you try to just figure things out, make things make sense as we go along here? The only thing that would make sense to me is if you turn around and say, look, MJF, you haven't worked enough matches to qualify for this gauntlet, and you're not getting a special invite from Tony Khan. So therefore you have to wrestle to get your way into it, to get to show that you still can do it. It's dumb. I know it's dumb, but you got to start bailing out the story somehow. But that's the only semi-logical reason for doing it that way. As we're going forward on it. So I think that's the only way you can really do it to make it make sense at all. So I don't know. TK, I'll give you credit. You booked some great stuff, but then there's just some stuff you're like,
What the hell was that?
and that's literally what that was. Like I said, I honestly want Bandito to win this one. I almost wonder if they're going to give the women like 20 minutes here. Because do they have any other matches booked for tonight besides the women's 4-way? So I don't think there's anything else booked tonight. Oh, so they're starting... Okay, yeah, so just a heads up, if you guys are going to want to watch Global Wars, it is available on the Ring of Honor YouTube, or Ring of Honor channel an hour earlier than normal, just because Collision is available tomorrow, so... I'm so not used to hearing the Paragon music because every time they come out to Cole's music just because of the pop. I'd love to see Roderick Strong go on a bit of a run. And this is the promotion to do it. Just because, you know, he does have that history of Ring of Honor and TK knows him that well. And the WCW music once again kicks in. I really wonder if that literally just was a WCW theme or if they picked it up. Like, is this like common Japanese music to always play this type? But gotta love the good old mouth guards. I'd love to see this be an elimination match here tonight. But yeah, first pinfall to a finish, just like the way the Casino Gauntlet's going to be. For those that are new and don't know what a Casino Gauntlet is, it's essentially what's now become the signature match here in AEW. And Tony Khan just hit lightning in a bottle, and now he's just using it. If you're familiar with WWE, which most wrestling fans are, think Royal Rumble, except first pinfall or submission wins. So number 1 and number 2 actually get an advantage over 3 and 4, depending on how long the match goes. If the match goes 20 minutes and you're the 15th person in, you do have a distinct advantage over the first person who was in there. But if you're in number 1 spot, you only have one other person to worry about. If you get a pinfall off them, it's over. Takeshita Bandito, the match I don't think I'd ever thought I'd needed. Bandito had just such an amazing week in Mexico. And I heard that match of Mascarada Dorada that you're going to be able to see on Global Wars tomorrow was just absolutely spectacular. It's weird on nights like this where you basically have 3 faces and a heel in this match. I guess Roddy's being somewhat of a tweener, but they've been trying to push Roddy to be a face, so. Roddy just said, nope, we are going at it now. I like the fact that we're getting a little extra time here to roll, so. Into the commercial break. But no, just that Saturday's going to be a lot of fun. That whole weekend's going to be fun. Like, take your bias for promotions aside, but literally think of it as a weekend dedicated to wrestling. Like, everybody says SummerSlam's the biggest party of the summer. I honestly think this next weekend's going to be... Oh, shit. We still have Hangman and Mortos. That's right. Damn. I was hoping the women would get extra time here tonight, but... They might still, but... Because there's a lot of story to go in that one. You got Athena, you got Thunder Rosa, you got Willow, and you got Chris Statlander. And Stat hasn't had a chance to work things out with Willow. Moxley getting in with Statlander for that moment. What in the world did I miss? Yipes just getting worked over with a few things. Oh my. All right. I knew this was coming. The mock stat moment was incredible. Yeah. That promo from last Saturday was absolutely spectacular. Sorry, just Alicia Toot just put out, and per quote, whoa, 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 let's get one thing straight. It's absolutely a kosher pickle, but it's definitely not tiny. Angel emote. Yeah, whatever. Ugh. But yeah, no, that that mock Statlander, where Statlander thought she was gonna get rickrolled by or she was gonna get rolled by Mox and Marina. And it almost feels like, hear me out, the announcement of women's tag titles is coming. We've already talked about that. Marina and Stat? Is that the tag team we never thought we wanted? It's just green, bumpy, and always wet and salty? I could just... I was going to say I could just imagine, but I don't want to. Oh, God. Riccaboni just laying out right now, letting Excalibur go to work. They keep repeating it every 3 minutes that somebody can just pop in at any time and finish it. I wonder what kind of surprises they're going to have for the men. Like, we've already talked about Alexander debuting in AEW or in TNA. Ha! Even Tony Khan's trolling on Twitter right now. Justified booze for the Hurt Syndicate right now. Basically, he's trolling himself, which is even better. Flapjack Cutter. I don't think it's going to matter. Oh, and here comes Briscoe sending Takeshi to the floor. How long is Roddy going to be sitting down there for? He ain't that dead. I was going to say, he ain't hitting no froggy bow. That's got to hurt coming off the top rope and landing on your tailbone like that. Neck weak. I think it's brain weak with dealing with that. Oh, Takeshita with the timing there. Normally you got to sit there. Oh no. Super duperplex. Briscoe breaking it up. Nope. Wow, I thought that was going to be a pin just for the heck of it. These guys are going at it. Like, they're not holding anything back for once. I'm really enjoying this. A-Dub. I'm good for the crowd. Lands on his feet. Well, the model rule for the brows just got adjusted, so the dome will be built more. Oh, that's cool. Oh, no way. Takeshita just said nope to your 21 plex. Damn. Congrats, Jay Quick, on getting a dome, possibly. Strong breaking it up. Somebody's got to finish this somewhere. Trying to go for the high angle. Nobody there. Need a... Damn. Takesh did the Blue Thunder Bomb. Super close. I thought that was... They could pretty much go for a 3 at any time right now. Oh, no. There's no way. Takeshita lined up for the 21 plex of my... Roderick gonna steal it? No. Roll out of the ring. All the governor had to do was set off a funding, which... Oh, fair enough. Is Roderick going to get the one spot? Nope. There you go. It's playing out the way we think, except, you know, that one promo spot, right? MJF's got to be pissed in the back. We said he was going to lose, damn it. Yeah. No, we're going exactly the way I thought we were. This one little detail in the promo just shouldn't have been given out. I like somebody in the crowd's like, Simon, give this an up. Uh-oh. Cole. Really? Who do we get, chat? Who do we get tomorrow? Very happy about the dome because I'll be able to use it year-round, get more events. Absolutely. Before we get into the women's match here, who do you think takes on Cole tomorrow night? Member of the Callis family. Is it going to be Fletcher or are they going to use Alexander? My money's on Alexander or Archer. You say Archer? Yeah, Archer would be a decent pick. And if it ends up being a loss for Archer and Fletcher comes in and says, I'm going to beat you at All In. Well, everybody's rushing for time because Athena's already lined up in behind. Even though Cole versus Alexander, absolutely, like, really, realistically, anybody in that Callis family, even if Brian Cage comes back, hell, I'll give anybody in that Callis family I'd love to see. The only one I don't want to see for that would be Rocky Romero or Trent Beretta. We got Trent tonight, so I don't think we're going to get him back-to-back nights. But if they put Rocky Romero out there, that really isn't... Secretly, they'll put Cal... Hey, I'd love to see that. Let's bring Don Callis in just for the hell of it. But yeah, now we got Thunder Rosa coming out, and then we'll get, you know... It's amazing that they're cutting Mortos and Page's time. Thunder Rosa coming out from the back, screaming at the producer because she was told that she ain't winning tonight. Why is Athena's hiding behind Statlander? I ain't getting him. Oh my God, Athena's doing an amazing job of block. Like, seriously, this is like... You know when you try to screen a goalie? It's sort of the same thing. Willow, why are you going after Athena? Well, I guess you don't want to tell the story right away, right? And once again, it looks like we're doing three faces and a heel again. Statlander, I guess, is that tweener, just so we were talking about Roderick Strong earlier. That was a little rough. Oi. Thank goodness Statlander's got that powerful back for that. Really? Oh my God. Everybody gets a tiaras. You get a tiaras, and you get a tiaras. Everybody gets oh God. Athena breaking records everywhere she goes. Oh, it looks like we're going to get the Tower of Doom spot here instead of... Athena, you might want to pin some... Sorry. Willow, you might want to pin someone. You got three people... Yeah, there you go. I'd laugh if they let one of these other pinfalls go. Just because it was the... during the commercial break, they let the pinfall go on this match. It would be the second ever time that happens. Ooh, what do we got going on Sunday on the YouTube channel? So if you guys are interested in the FTR Briscoes trilogy, the Ring of Honor YouTube channel is releasing it Sunday morning at 9 ET. So I'll just repost this on X here. Yeah, if you guys are interested in that, it's on YouTube, so it's free to watch. But yeah, that feud is absolutely legendary, and the fact you get to watch the entire series for free. But nothing but great action here going on tonight. Like, as for a Dynamite, the action's been moving along steady throughout the entire show tonight. And we still got our main event here tonight, Page versus Mortos. I don't think we expected that. I don't think it's going to be much of a match. Just because of the amount of time they're going to get. Because I'm assuming this goes for another 10 minutes at least. And if that's the case, we're going to be running to 10 to the hour. I know that AEW has no problem going over time, but... Oh, Jesus. Athena just literally jumped into that post. Now wrapping the crossfaces in there. Nice little compactor move there. Like, I expect Thunder Rosa versus Athena to be the essentially the main event on the Death Before Dishonor card the night before. If everything goes well, we should be streaming that one as well for a sidecast. I wouldn't mind doing like an all AEW weekend. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I called it. Josh tomorrow. There's no surprise to it. Josh is picking it up. That's going to be a fun match. And then next week we get Ibushi Okada. Make sure you set your DVRs. Make sure you're here. And we're getting Mina and Mercedes next week. Eight out of 10. Okay. Let's not get too hasty yet. We still got another 20 minutes left there, Nats. But next week, essentially, we're getting a pay-per-view quality show for $300. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes, Collision tomorrow. Yes, it will be from 8 to 10 Eastern. We will be here. Well, I'll get into that once this match is done, because we got a few things going. Statlander trying to go for the Dr. Bomb. Let's just reverse each other's finishers here. Nope. Athena, you yuts. Why are you doing that? See, that's how you do it with Thunder Rosa doing the double drop kicks there. Hey, KJ, how you doing? So if appropriate, you show it up during our semi-main event here tonight. Athena's got a chance to be the first one in on the... oh, God. Nope. For the Women's Gauntlet Battle Royal next week. Or at All In, sorry. All right, this is getting ugly too. But no, it's been a good night tonight. We opened the show with Mercedes attacking Tony Storm just because it was cool. Oh, Jesus. I love the fact that just there was no chemistry on that move and they just made it work. Like there was like, oh, yay. No, tonight's been pretty good. We got a couple matches announced. Next week, we're getting Mercedes and Mina Shirakawa. We're also getting Kota Ibushi and Kazuchika Okada one-on-one. Tomorrow night, we get Josh Alexander and Adam Cole. Baby. And it's just been a lot of fun tonight. Like, MJF got called a kosher pickle. He has a tiny kosher pickle, apparently. Justice looking at her like, the hell, woman? I ain't giving you nothing. Shot to the throat. Oh, that's right. We didn't even get to that one there. Swerve and Ospreay versus the Bucks for the EVP spot. And Billy's using the look that we use the whole time here when we see some of these moves. No, Marina's going to come in. Bingo! I didn't even... I'm sorry, chat. Ooh. And the pounce! Period. Oh my. Statlander gets it because of Marina. Statlander gets it. We're getting the tag. Wow. There is a lot of questions about this, but still, like... You'd have wanted some help to the back, and you're like, nope, boom. Should Ospreay and Swerve personal assistant, and Monty Brown come on pounce anybody. By the way, Monty Brown will be at StarCast in Austin, Texas, the weekend of All In. And we have a Casino Gauntlet coming up. Just saying. Not saying, just saying. Could you imagine the pop of Monty Brown showing up during that gauntlet match? Just hit 1 pounce. Doesn't have to be anything special, just 1 pounce. Monty Brown wins. It would be hilarious. It would be amazing. Hey, Nick, how you doing tonight? Oh, Big Bill Brian Keith versus Nick and Christian tomorrow, which makes sense. Things are going well. It's been a good night tonight. But yeah, we're getting Ospreay and Swerve versus the Bucks. Yeah, Collision's tomorrow. I'm assuming that they're just moving it because they want to stay right out of the way of WWE altogether. I'd assume that's the thought, even though it's earlier in the day, just get it out of the way. Which actually helps me out a lot because the weekend classics coming up this weekend, and I hope to be on there Friday, Saturday, Sunday for you guys. But we'll go through a rundown of a Dynamite in a sec here. Just as tradition here, we are right before the main event, so I'll give you a quick rundown what's going to be coming up in the next few days. After we're done here, hopefully, as long as we get everything set up, there's a hockey game on Saturday in the Collision start time. NASCAR, yeah, I was going to say hockey. What the hell are you talking about? It is the long weekend, too, because, well, up here in Canada, it's a long weekend. I guess you guys in the States get it next weekend, but as per tradition, I'll give you a rundown quickly here. Tomorrow morning, I do plan on being here around 11 Eastern, if I can help it. I'm trying to get on a little bit earlier with River City Girls, because we're going to be, River City Girls 2, sorry. Because we are going to be back here tomorrow night with AEW Collision at 8 Eastern. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the plan is to get into the Weekend Classic with MLB The Show. Last time we went 5-3. This time I am currently ranked a little higher. I could tank some games and hopefully get a better draw, but let's see if we can live up to the challenge here and see how things go. So that'll be running over the weekend here. So next week, Tuesday's Canada Day, so we'll have to figure out what we're gonna do here. It's a regular work day for me, so don't get any ideas of an afternoon stream. But and then next Wednesday we're back here with Dynamite 300, featuring Mercedes Moné versus Mina Shirakawa, as well as Kota Ibushi versus Kazuchika Okada. That will be available both on Twitch and YouTube, and somewhere vertically, because I made the announcement off the top of the show that we're going to go vertical for the first time next Wednesday. I originally thought TikTok. Nick, I'm going to actually have to pick your brain on that later on. I'll see if I can get a hold of you here. Trying to figure out whether I want to do YouTube or I want to do TikTok. I don't know what kind of response. So just trying to think of the best way to go about things. So, but once again, everybody, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for being here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button if you haven't already. And then check out the content. If you really like what you see here, consider subscribing. So are we getting another setup for another collision match tomorrow? We getting FTR versus the Outrunners? Better option. I do streams there. When I see TikTok streams, I see they're usually... Fair enough. Dax looks like he's ready for a funeral right now. Yeah, okay, this is going to be a jump here. Yeah, Nick, I'm using the OBS and the Stream Elements multi-stream. I just switched over from Atom. So it gives me the option to go vertical and horizontal. I'm just testing things out, but beginning of July, I do want to go vertical on something. I'm thinking maybe for the first month I'll try TikTok, but... Like I said, we got a few days to figure it out. I still got to get the rest of the scenes done or I would have been up already, but... Yeah, I've been using Stream Elements for all my alerts and that already, so... Just now that they have the update there, so... think people do Instagram X. Yeah, we got a few options, and we might try one, see how it goes, maybe move to another. But I do want to get some vertical because, well, hell, that's what most people do on their phones these days. I just want to see how the computer can handle it and all that. So we're definitely looking at expanding our repertoire. I believe that's the French term that they use for that, the repertoire. But yeah, no, the big announcements for tonight. Right off the bat, we had Swerve and Ospreay. They're going to be taking on the Bucks at All In, most likely. The Bucks haven't actually accepted because Ospreay decided to put the EVP status of the Bucks on the line. Working on starting a Facebook page for content, slap name stuff over there like I do everywhere. Fair enough. I should do a little bit over there. I haven't done a lot lately on Facebook, but... And then we also found out we're going to get Kota Ibushi and Kazuchika Okada next week. Originally, the rumor online was the fact it was going to be a tag involving Takeshita and Omega. But I think that was more rumor than actual fact. We opened the show with Mercedes Moné attacking Toni Storm as she's entering the building, with Mina running in and causing that match to end up happening next week. Mark Briscoe ended up getting the #1 spot in the men's gauntlet at All In. Jet Speed, after getting destroyed by the Hurt Syndicate post-match, ended up... The Hurt Syndicate basically put out the challenge. We'll take on any team, including Jet Speed. We'll take on Jet Speed if they're able to walk. So next week, we're going to find out they're walking, and we'll get the tag title match at All In. MJF did his usual shtick. I need Jet Speed as tag champs. I need Bobby on a singles run right now. I need both those guys on a singles run. Now that Alexander signed with TNA, let's just... I don't want to say blow up plans, but let's get things going in a better direction here. The Lawyer Mortos. I still got to get that picture of Taurus Law. Sorry, my bad. Every time I drive by to work, the first guy I think of. Have them all as a group, but on their own path, yeah. Or get one more guy in there somehow. And that could come with the Casino Battle Royal, too. And for all we know, Alexander could be on a 4-week contract for Ali. Because if you think about it, a 4-week contract with Impact, that could be 2 days, and he's already done already. But I think next week, maybe the week after, we'll start talking about... Well, now that they're going to consider the unified title a separate and equal title to the world title, basically to the equivalent to the world heavyweight title in WWE. And that's how you have MJF and Bobby feud after the gold. Yeah, it could be... There's so many interesting ways you can go with it here, and now we got MJF going to be feuding probably with Mark Briscoe post All In. I'm still thinking like the betting favorite right now early for the Casino Gauntlet is Jay White. I think that's one of the most logical choices if you don't want to have that title match before the Gauntlet. Because frankly, Jay White has beef with both Hangman Page and with Moxley. And it would be a very nice first feud. Love the Hurt Syndicate. Thought they would see Bobby versus MJF at All In, but maybe they'll save that for full game. I don't know which way they're going to go with it. Maybe they don't face each other for a while. Because I ultimately think Hangman's going to win and MJF's going to take the title off of Hangman. then I think we might get the Darby pull. I'm fine with the story going for a whole, though, yeah. If they go for a while, yeah, like, I ultimately want, and this is what I was talking about during that promo when Ospreay basically offered up the Bucks EVP status. The Bucks never accepted yet. What I would say is, if Swerve and Hangman don't win, they're not allowed to challenge for the AEW World title until next All In. That's the stipulation I would put. I would have the Bucks win, and that sets up Ospreay winning the Owen next year and main eventing All In for the world title in his first opportunity to go after it following this stipulation. And you can play around whichever way you want with that. It would make an interesting story, to say the least. But yeah, we also saw, we just noticed here, Chris Statlander winning the #1 spot in the women's gauntlet, which is completely tied into Marina Shafir coming out to run interference along with Wheeler Yuta. So this rumor that they're going to have the AEW women's tag titles, I'd love to see Statlander and Marina be a tag team just because it's something different and something... If you're not going to bring Baszler in, which, don't get me wrong, that very well could be a possibility, because if you want to talk about wrestlers and wrestling, that would be like an epitome pick. Want the Bucks to lose just so Nana can make the Bucks errand boys? I don't think you're going to get that either way, Jay Quick. As much as I know you keep pushing for it, I don't think it's going to happen. Either way. It's so nice to see Mortos get a main event spot, though, tonight. All right, so yeah, they're just doing a talk through. Next week they're probably going to do a match. It's going to suck that we're not going to get FTR as a team on All In. Unless they're going to be on the pre-show. O'Reilly and Fletcher tomorrow? We haven't seen Aminata and Sky Blue. Okay. Really? Just out of... You got a fun night lined up for tomorrow. Templaro, Brody King versus Hechicero, and... Okay. Nick Wayne, Christian Cage, Big Bill, Brian Keith. There's been a rumor that there's some father and son tag. O'Reilly and Fletcher match in the night, yeah. Oh, guaranteed. Guaranteed, Zodiac. I'm not even going to kid myself on that one. Yeah, that's got to be the one thing that everybody's got to be so worried about right now. Make sure nobody gets injured. Jesus. Morto's just unloading right now. Like, tomorrow night's going to be a spectacular night of wrestling, and once again, another Thursday of Amazeballs. At least this time there's enough stories you have backups. Exactly. Like, and that's what you can do when you don't have injuries holding you up. Like, Tony Khan's got a chance to make something really good here. I find it funny that the only real slip up tonight, unlike the Punk, the Punk era, you had to be pretty much perfect with all the injuries and with his booking as well. Really? That was like an Alabama slam in reverse. And Page just throws out a poison rod out of nowhere. All right, time to go home, kids. Time to go home. There's the buckshot. We're done. Wonder if Mox is going to come out yet tonight. I would assume so. The fact that Mortos just booked it the way that he did. That's why I said, Nats, you got to wait. You got to wait. I'd give it an 8.5. Oh, God. Here comes Mox and the gang. Unless there's something new involved. But we already know what's going to happen. Oh, no. Really? And here comes Moxley. This is tying up loose ends on a story as far as I'm concerned. Yep, the Vultures. Even though Yuta's still hurting. No Claudio tonight. I wonder if Claudio's legit hurt because he wasn't around last week. Because, yeah, Mortos ended up having to take that spot. That's where this match came from. Could this be... No, this wouldn't be. We're in Seattle, kids. There is somebody from Seattle that we haven't seen in a while. So, Swerve's been thrown out of the building. Oh, here come the Ops. Joe's like, no, we're not playing around tonight. And here comes Ospreay, who's triple pissed. Ospreay not giving him a chance to block. That is... This is a way you can keep Hangman off TV until until he does the last promo right before All In. Because honestly, that's what I think they should do. Don't cover the type, like show a package of what happened here last week, next week. It is Dynamite 300 though, so you might want them there. But literally, if you you can bring them out and say, look, you're going to try and kill me whatever way you can. You are not going to kill me. I am going to get that title off you. This is over. It is truly faction warfare here as we round out the show here tonight. It is, yeah, a little bit crazy. Actually, a lot crazy. Let's not even kid ourselves. And just, yeah, one of those, it's one of those weird nights that just everything's starting to fall into place real good. We got some new stories that are come up here. We got, we end up getting Statlander #1 with the potential to work with Marina. We got Briscoe at #1, which is probably going to be claimed by MJF next week, which, yeah, they screwed up that one, that promo royally. We got Osprey and Swerve versus the Bucks tentatively planned. We got Jet Speed versus the Hurt Syndicate tentatively planned. We got a lot going for us here, so. And you know what? I'm going to be here for it, and we're going to have a ton of fun with it. So, with that being said, I think that's going to wrap it up here for Dynamite tonight. Like, we've been going at it all night here, talking about how great this show is going to be, and just let's not ruin a great thing here. It's been, like I said, 9 out of 10 show. I'd highly recommend if you popped in during the middle of it, go back to the beginning and watch it all the way from Mercedes run in on Toni Storm as she's entering the building. I would highly recommend you check it all out. So. But haven't heard from Vic yet, so I hope we're going to be able to get this off tonight here with our 2K My GM here. I'm going to, what we're going to do, I'm going to set it to break. I got the Xbox already warming up. I'll get the Discord fired up, see if we can get a hold of people and see what we can do. Next week, you're watching Kota Ibushi versus Kazuchika Okada. Check it all out or check it all in. We're going to check it as something. But yeah, we'll see what's going to happen here. I know PJC says he's going to try to do it remotely. Yeah, either way, we'll figure out something here as we move forward here. So let's, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up some music for you guys once again. This Combo Breaker soundtrack, just the fact that it's copyright-free music, it just helps so damn much for us for getting some intermission music going on. Well, once again, everybody, if you are checking out, as well as those on YouTube, we are going to be shutting down the stream here momentarily here. Once again, thank you for being here. If you're coming back on YouTube, we will be back on Saturday for AEW Collision. But once again, folks, thank you for being here, and always remember, just be part of the solution. There's no problems involved. Just be part of the solution. We'll see y'all here next time on the Backbreaker Video YouTube channel. Take care, everybody.